Well, let's get it right into some meat and to thick of things. And one of the things I mentioned we're going to be spending some time talking about is best practices around hiring strategies. So first off, let's talk about that, and then I want to go into talking about how to attract and retain the talent that you're looking for. So start with, you've got some coaching that you do and some assistance that you offer to businesses and organizations. We're in 2024 now, and we want to be thinking about how do we hire the A team? The A team, right? This is everybody's goal. So what are some best practices and hiring strategies that could be used and or should be used?
Sure. Well, thank you, Mario. And I like the A team because there's a saying I heard about 5 years ago relative to A-level talent, which every sales leader, sales organization is trying and competing for. A's hire A's, B's hire C's, and C's put you out of business. So what is a hiring process, if one exists? In some of the organizations, the small to medium-sized space defined as, $5 to $25 million companies, the sales leader does not have a vetted, well-constructed, thought-out hiring process. Sometimes he or she develops it themselves, or it's an inherited hiring process, or in concert with HR. But Peter Drucker said about strategy and culture trumps strategy every day. So what is your sales culture? Is it a culture that would attract A players? Is it a micromanagement? How is the compensation relative to the competition? Because compensation drives A players on some level, but it also determines behavior. And in that process, have you thought about a well-constructed, using a baseball analogy, farm system? Specifically what I mean by that, before you bring somebody to the majors, if you're hiring a seasoned sales rep, you bring them into the major leagues. However, if you want to create a great source of A-level talent, maybe start with some colleges and universities. There's 4 or 5 in the U.S. that actually offer a major in sales, Ball State, several others, that you can get a junior or senior major that is focusing on sales. They want to get into sales and can offer them a internship for 1 or 2 years. Then you onboard them. They get to vet you and you get to vet them. Then you can start them in inside sales, promote them up to outside. That's a wonderful way to identify great, relevant sales talent. Try before you buy. They can vet you. You can vet them. Then you hire them. They have a passion and focus to be a sales professional. You can start them as a business development executive or a junior inside rep and promote them to an outside and senior rep. That's one strategy that works incredible. The other 2 benefits to that farm system by aligning yourself with a college or university that has a sales major is, more often than not, that intern can get college credit for that internship. And sometimes they have national, state, local funds to actually help you, the employer, offset the cost of that potential intern. That's some ideas I have on building a process, strategy, and farm system. And then any great sales leader should always be on the lookout for A-level talent. Competition, past industries, past roles, past jobs. Because as LinkedIn mentioned, the average shelf life of a corporate sales professional today, how long do you think it is, Mario?
Of a corporate sales executive, meaning a leader, or are you talking about account executive?
Leader.
Oh, it's 18 months or 22 months. I can't remember which one it is.
18 to 24 months for a sales leader, average shelf life. For a sales rep, about 18 to 36 months. So given that churn in today's very mobile sales space, we have to have a system, and we always have to be on the lookout for A-level talent.
Great tips there. I do have a question, though, and that is one of the big areas you focus on was hire somebody, train them up, right? Raise them, raise up a boy, right? Raise up a gal, right? Your child, and help give them newer opportunities as they demonstrate capabilities and understanding and skill set and those types of things. But let's just say I've got to go hire out 5, 6, 10, 20, 100 AEs right now to fill a set of roles that I've got open. How do I go and, or what are some of the hiring strategies that I can use to find that particular role when I can't basically, groom somebody up into that in that particular role?
Sure. If the college intern grooming to train up and hire up doesn't work, my go-to strategy is establish a strong relationship with a search professional who has demonstrated excellence and expertise in your industry. And you can do a retained search or a contingency. But if you're going to scale and you're looking for 2 senior account executives or 5 to 15, HR and especially a partnership with a search professional can alleviate a lot of headaches and really can find that A-level talent. Simply putting a job post out there on LinkedIn or Indeed really doesn't work. The other thing to find that senior talent, talk to your current senior reps that might have some great connections in the industry. And, they always talk shop internally and externally that they might have some A-level players. And you could also offer a finder's fee, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 if they refer an A player that you hire and stays for 3 or 6 months. But really establish that relationship with a strong search professional that has demonstrated expertise in your industry and could help you shorten that search cycle.
Got it. Okay, so you found the talent. You got the right A player on the team. You talked a little bit about attracting them and retaining them, which was based upon culture. Let's dive a little more deeply into that. I think a lot of times leaders fail to realize that you're interviewing somebody as much as they're interviewing you. And so what I talk to leaders about all the time is, what does your brand say about you? For example, I met many leaders who have no LinkedIn recommendations. Nobody has ever vouched for them on who they are, what they are, their style, their personality, the good and the bad. Example, if you were to go to mine, I've got 130 recommendations, which about 60 of them are related for employees that have worked for me, right? And in every one of those posts, they're not all good. I actually encourage them to talk about what they see are negatives that some might perceive. Example, I'm a very direct approach guy. I also don't accept mediocrity. The moment you give me the mediocre effort is the moment that I really start drilling in. And also, I'm a highly accountable individual. And so if you say yes, if you say I'll do, if you say no, I won't, I expect your yes to mean yes and your no mean no. And that's where we get into some of those gray areas with individuals. And so some people don't like my direct approach. So a lot of my recommendations talk about, hey, if you want to work for a leader that you'll know at all times where you stand at, good or bad, and you subscribe to the direct approach, then Mario's the guy that you want to work for. But it's not for everyone. I even have people, but put inside there, it's not for everyone, because I want people to know who I am, because I don't accept, I'm uncomfortable with the direct approach, or I'm going to talk to HR because I'm uncomfortable with the direct approach. No. We're going to be very direct. I'll never yell at you. I'll never swear at you. I'll never cuss at you, but you will know at all times where I'm at.